All right.
Welcome, everybody. This is the Bear Thoughts Podcast. We do this every Wednesday at 5 o'clock BT time here at the Bear Thoughts Podcast. Be sure to join us and be in the chat and join along with us on this week's topic. I hope you're going to enjoy yourself and hope you. There we go. We're back. We actually tried it already one time. Apparently, it did want to play through. OBS is weird. I don't get OBS. I'm seriously debating about going back to Streamlabs because it's just so much easier to just start a stream when OBS is just like, nope, not starting.
All right. So,
We're gonna have a disembodied. We're gonna have, as always, we're gonna have a Corvo. How you doing this week?
I'm right here, and I feel good.
And we have two disembodied voices in the background. We have South Dave Jade checking the audio. There she is, arms in the air. And we have one more. We have Rollover on phone call. Well, speed dial, whatever you want to call it. He's here. Even though last time I was streaming, he was in another room playing Destiny when he could have joined us. Last week would have been a great time.
You are not taking my Destiny partner when we're fucking playing. We're doing our
The game is not going nowhere. It's one day a week.
We were doing legendary.
You could have done it an hour later.
Anyway.
So this week will be worst weapons in video games. So you name it, you think of it, it's gonna be worst weapons, but it has to be within the criteria of a video game, not an anime-based video game or anime based on a video game, and it can't be a weapon that's just for shows. It has to be for actual combat. So
Right.
if you're thinking about a broom, if it was not used in combat, I'm not gonna count it. You know, if it's
Right.
um.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, I had a few of those. Right off the top of my head, Ninja Gaiden for PS3 when it came out, there was a set of swords. It was I think it was Dragon Fang Tiger Claw or something along those lines. I can't remember the exact names,
Yeah.
but I absolutely hated those weapons. Functionally, they should have been great because they were dual wielders. The problem was that the animations for their weapons for the movements and stuff didn't match the auto targeting system capability worth a shit.
So they didn't lock targets?
So no, well, you would lock targets, but because the animations were so wide and shit,
Yeah.
you would dance around your target, swinging and not hit shit.
Unless it's a really big target, right?
I feel like I was doing a fan dance with a very, very lethal fan,
Oh,
but nothing was happening.
well, you bring up fans. My mind immediately goes to Super Smash Brothers, the fan on Super Smash Brothers that literally did jack shit, but other than like hit him per one damage, he just smacked the crack out of him. But it never really would do any damage. You might as well throw away the weapon and start beating with your bare hands. It's like paper. Yeah, good weapon. It's a gag weapon.
Yep.
And Nintendo is notorious for almost gag weapons. I swear to God. Like that's where I'm gonna be pulling a lot of my worst video game weapons from. Because Nintendo, I don't know what it is with you and jokes and ha-has, but man, do I not like it.
I'm trying to remember.
Says I'm here, and Grumpy Fox says a tree branch from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
Tree branch from Breath of the Wild. Hell yeah, that
the
was a terrible
stick,
weapon.
as it called, the stick. I get it, right? When you first start the game, you almost have no access to any weapons. But if you just go down the hill a couple seconds, you find the unbreakable axe. Well, not unbreakable, but I saw my wife beat one of those big rock golems with just the axe alone, and you think that thing would break by the time you done beat on this little tomb of a rock in his head? No, that thing survived almost the entire fight. I'm like, how that thing not break? I thought other weapons with the Breath of the Wild was supposed to break. This thing would not. My wife didn't even know it was there until I showed her literally just yesterday. I'm like, yeah, there's a big rock creature there. Go fight it. She pulled out the axe and started beating the heck out of it. So
hey, okay, so that's a stick and a fan for you.
Mm-hmm.
A fucked up set of swords for me. All right, Stealthy, give me one.
Fucking machine gun and Army of Two.
Machine gun. Oh, you mean the minigun. Spins up. Yeah. So the minigun in Army of Two. It will lay down a massive amount of firepower, which is what miniguns do. The problem is it has like a 30-second spin up.
30 seconds?
You're sitting there waiting.
Well, not. It's an exaggeration.
It's an exaggeration a little bit, but
Practically.
it sits there and you can literally hear. You're like, hell, they done shot me with like 45 fucking different weapons by the time this thing starts unleashing hell.
Okay, so was it because I didn't play that game. Was it one of those games where the combat was constantly moving and constantly going before the weapon would like activate, or was it one of those turn-based and you had to wait for your turn to act for
You're active shooting.
It was active shooting.
active shooting? So yeah, they would be shooting. Would it actually make your character slow too? I'd imagine, right? Like if you're cranking up this gun, you have to go really, really
It's a
slow.
heavy weapon, so you can't just like juke and jive very easy.
Oh, that would be ass. You're asking for a target to be hit on your face.
And now Rollover is no longer disembodied. He's actually in the room.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna drive over there, right?
With a beard.
What? I mean,
You had it.
throwing it
You
out,
had.
but the fuck?
He grew a beard real quick. God dang. All right.
He's patchy, but it's getting there.
Hey, it's Patchy Chief.
Anyway,
No,
we
go
just
shave.
so
Go
we
shave.
so we just
Go
pulled that
shave.
for art Rollover.
Bring up a chair.
Up on the floor, roll your ass over here, because now we want one of your worst weapons in video games. Any video game.
Any video game that you can.
It could be Destiny. It could be anything. It don't make a shit, just as long as it's a worst weapon.
Destiny 2. It's got to be Jade Rabbit.
Jade Rabbit and
Agreed.
Destiny 2. It is
Agreed.
You're absolutely right. Now that I think about it.
The exotic perk on the weapon means that if you hit an enemy with a body shot, it increases precision damage.
Supposed to.
And it's just, why reward me for being bad?
Okay, so it would be like the noob's weapon, right? It would be a weapon that would just like, hey, you're a noob, have this gun.
Yes and no.
Well, here's the problem. It takes too long to kill somebody with it.
Yeah. The thing is, it doesn't do enough damage to make that perk worth the shit even for a noob.
Oh,
So it's like,
It's worth it for me, but I'm lazy.
so it's like an aimbot for noobs, but then they punish you by making it weak.
yeah, essentially.
Kind of. It's more of a.
It's
Okay.
like, it's basically
So
like,
if you shoot the body, if you just have to hit the body, okay? It doesn't matter where. Just hit the body. If you hit the body, then if you do, for example, a headshot, you're supposed to do more damage.
So it's one of those rules of aim big, miss little, and then or aim little, miss big.
It's more like I shoot you in your shoulder so that when I shoot you in your head next, I get more damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so weird. Like
And it is kind of janky a little
Like,
bit.
It works for me, like, because I am that type of a person. I tend to shoot at heads anyway. So if I want to, if I miss, it just makes my precision shots better. But at the same time, it's not really. It's for the amount of extra damage you get. It's not.
yeah, like I would imagine you would want to reward the player for being a good shot in the head than a good shot in the chest.
I
They
have
are rewarding them. It's just weird.
I have an honorable mention for the worst, most difficult way to acquire a weapon.
Mhm.
All right. It's called the Lost Word, and
The
it is
last word.
the last word. It is a literal pain in the ass to acquire that weapon.
Yeah.
It's, since we're talking about things that were shit, that was a shit way to do that.
Oh man, the worst weapon for me in that sense would be okay. Lambino said the SMG from Borderlands 2, and tell us why it's the worst weapon for us. Don't just tell us like that weapon.
Yeah, throw it in chat. Tell
Let-
us what made it shit, Lambino.
Now, a weapon for me was hard to like. It was amazing once you obtained it, but literally, it would take you the entire game to obtain it. The entire. That's what made it shitty, because you had to take the entire game to get it. Zelda Majora's Mask, the Ultimate Sword. You had to obtain every single mask, every one of them, to get that one weapon that could destroy the last boss. But to obtain it, the headache you had to endure. Like anything else could be better than beating the entire game.
I got one. The great sword in Ocarina of Time, because you had to go through hell to get this fucker to make this bitch, right? This big ass great sword. And you use it for a little while, breaks.
Yeah,
The fuck?
that's Breath of the Wild in a handbag nowadays.
Back and forth through time 6 times to get this sword, and I go and kill something and it breaks.
Yeah, unless you upgrade it.
Get the forging better.
Yeah, unless you upgraded it, then you get to keep it, and it's a really badass weapon. But that was really a pain in the ass. Because all the Breath of the Wild games, all the weapons break, so they kind of suck in that sense. But it's nothing pains you more when you pick up a weapon and it burns on you. You can't even use it, like the stick, or in my case, the wooden shield. Protected you, defending you, and every game the wooden shield came in, it was a hassle to get it, and then when you got it, it got burned up on you.
I have another weapon for Breath of the Wild, but it's not my point. Technically speaking, the only weapon that does not break is the Master Sword.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have to recharge it.
Recharges.
Well, no.
So.
Bombs are considered weapons. They don't fucking break. And if you get good with a bomb, you can own that game. I can prove it. This woman right here has bowled for mobs so many times, and I just been like, I don't even know how the hell you hit that mob from where you were. She's like, oh, I just knew they were there.
Yeah, you just throw in the explosions
over the mountain and 3 valleys over. If I chunk this thing, I'm going to kill that mob.
Yeah, it's the only game you could ever play and actually beat it from the very beginning and go straight to the boss and beat him because you have bombs.
Yep.
Like, that's just how good they are. That's a good thing. Like, we have the idea of good, but, shitty weapons. But another weapon for me would be, I got one, but y'all go next.
Technically, the other one for Breath of the Wild would be the torch.
Yeah, that's... You almost can't even use that thing, almost. All right, roll over. What is a weapon that you would think of next if you were thinking of a terrible weapon? We'll come back to you if need be.
Yeah, just come back to me.
All right, Corvo, your turn.
All right, so for me, I would say...
Wait, stop. Does he look like Weird Al?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Sorry, I saw a glimpse of him.
All right,
it's great.
So
Love it.
Hang on. He's coming in.
Oh my God, he looks like Weird Al. Holy shit, welcome, Activist.
Anyway, for me, I have to say the fucking hammer. The big ass hammer in Mario 3.
Mario 3. Okay. So what made this weapon so memorable?
Because you could only get it in one world.
Yeah.
Like in one of the worlds. You get used to it. It does this great shit, and then when you leave, you can't have it no fucking where else.
Yeah, you can't take it with you.
Like, what the fuck is the point? I mean, at least the boot that you rode in, you could get it in multiple worlds. It didn't do shit but ride you across stuff, but it was useful in other places. Give me this ultimate Thor God hammer, and then the next world, where'd my hammer go?
That's like me with when I was playing the Halo games. I got that turret in my hand and got the next part of it. Turret gun's gone. It's like, why give it to me at the just about to get to the boss room and then take it from me?
Yeah.
That was. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. Everybody, I'll leave it somewhere on the screen.
Yeah,
maybe somewhere.
That shit was. Your face was so priceless. I was glad I was in the room to actually see that shit. Yeah, I got this big gun. We're fixing to go to the boss fight. Loads next screen. Where the fuck did my gun go?
The gun screams.
Yeah, it was definitely worth the fight. And apparently, quick news.
Lambino put in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they don't like it, because it screams.
Lambino said he didn't like that SMG because
he didn't say because of that. I looked it up and it says that the gun screams.
The gun screams.
The gun screams, so does it alert enemies?
I don't know what that is, but it
I'll
screams.
watch the video in a minute.
Okay, but like apparently the campaign for Halo Infinite has been delayed again. I'm not
Too
happy
late.
about that. I really want to make a video about it, but I don't want to be one of those drama videos. But it's like I'm starting to lose all faith. Like I thought people already done lost faith in 343. I'm losing. I'm sad. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I'm sad because I want to play the rest of that story with you. But that's not
I
here or
know.
there. My next weapon will be a weapon that literally can kill you, or it will kill you. It's a weapon that drops down in Super Smash Brothers. Found this the other day. I was playing it. It's a little question ball, right? And you can pick it up, and might be a gun, it might be a bomb, it might be a nice weapon. But if you have a chance of picking it up, it might be a rocket that will rocket you into the sky and kill you. What
Damn.
kind of weapon is that? It's like, hey,
I
question
do
mark.
not know.
Let's find out what happens. Grab it, and it literally rocketed me to the sky. You can't let go of it. You can't. You are stuck to it, and it will kill you.
There was a game, I can't remember the name of it now, but one of the weapons in it, it was a pole arm.
Yeah.
And when you used the pole arm literally sapped the life out of you to up its damage. So like you're killing massive amounts of people and you're like, yeah, I'm the man, and then you realize, why did I just die? Your fucking weapon just ate you up. It
Hey,
sucked you dry like a vampire.
that sounds very familiar. I don't know if I have that
here
game.
we go.
Tommy's matchbook.
Tommy's matchbook.
From which
Hell
game?
yeah. Okay, so in Destiny, there is a Tommy gun that when you shoot this bitch will do damage, but it is also killing your ass.
So it's sucking your life for more damage.
It keeps you at like where you're just one shot away from
Yeah,
dying.
you can use it and do massive amounts of damage. The downside is it will literally sit you at the point that if somebody walks up and sneezes on you, you die.
So
So
it's
to use maximum damage, you have to be way the fuck away from everything and hope that a butterfly don't land on you while you're shooting your enemies.
like playing the game on hard mode.
No. This shit ain't
We
hard.
played on hard mode.
This we've played hard mode. This isn't hard. No, we're talking about this is like Halo Infinite Elite times 2.
Halo Elite times 2. Well, yeah, because the entire game you're going through it, and it's just like, hey, one hit. That's all it takes. You can play this easy mode. Get hit one time, you're dead.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's almost as if the developers went, hey, game's not challenging enough for you. Let's make a weapon that can literally kill you one shot.
Also, one of our future topics I'd like for us to do is favorite weapon in a game.
Yeah, okay. When I first heard like worst weapon in the game, I was like, okay, we can maybe do that. But I just don't. Me personally, I play video games. I'm there to play the best, find the best weapon, and I will stick to that weapon to the day I die because it's like this weapon's doing really good. Anything else, I'm gonna forget about it because like they just don't hold
Right. And the funny
impact.
thing about it is, what is your best weapon may be the shittiest weapon to me because it's all about gameplay style.
Yeah.
Like what works good for you.
Yeah, that would be like saying like for another my worst weapon in Halo, the Halo Infinite, there is a new sniper rifle weapon. And I hate this gun so much. I know people might say user error, but I'm sorry. When I can take a regular sniper rifle and aim at someone's head and shoot them and they die, and I take that sniper rifle, aim at the head and shoot, and they just walk away as if they just got tickled by a little feather, and then everybody else is one-shotting me with it, I'm starting to think like something. I'm like, this gun, it has to be more, what's the word for it? Like intuitive, right? When you pick up the gun, it should be understandable. If I point, and I shoot, it hit head, it kills them. That it's supposed to be like self-explanatory. But if I do that, it doesn't work, but someone else picks it up and they just pop it out like it's candy, headshot. It can't be user error at that point.
There's got to be something in the way you're using the weapon versus everybody else.
It's usually
And granted, right? You know, I get what you're saying. It should be more intuitive, but in that case, it has to be something different between what they're doing and what you're doing.
Yeah, and people like they can chain. Like if it hits somebody, it will chain to a nearby enemy too. So it will like do damage to two people, like headshot one person and damage another character. Or you can shoot like a weapon on the ground or something near them, and it will chain to them, which is kind of cool, right? If you miss, or if you hit the body shot, maybe hit like 2 or 3 allies around them, and then maybe you'll get lucky, you get a kill off that. But these people were literally like trick shotting with this gun, and I'm I'm there wishing I could just even kill one person with it. I'm like, I rather have the charging pistol in my hand. But the old charging pistol back in the old day was great. New charging pistol, terrible. Can't kill nobody with it. It doesn't trace nobody at all.
Right.
It just shoots forward now, and you gotta hope you hit.
And one of the things I hate, well, everybody has that weapon that you hate to see someone else have.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love to have the weapon,
Yeah.
but I hate to see them have it. Because on a PvP area, it's the worst fucking weapon you can see in somebody else's hand. But it's the greatest weapon if it's in your hand.
It's like the
And
hammer and Super Smash Brothers. Like great in your hands.
Yeah, you go play PvP and you're doing like Destiny. Here you go, Josh. What's the weapon you don't want to see the other guy have?
My movement's bad, so probably Jotun.
Jotun. See, for me, I hate when people have the fucking 4 horsemen.
So,
I've never seen
Or
something
you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
the chaperone.
Yeah, I hate that shit with a passion.
They're
'Cause they do
mapping
it-
you with a shotgun.
Yeah, they're mapping you with a shotgun. You're like standing over here on the other side of the map. Boom, 12 gauge blast to the head. And you're like, what the fuck?
So it's like a cheap weapon, right? It's one of those weapons that if anybody has in their hands, they could probably do a lot of damage.
Grenade launcher?
Oh
Do
yeah.
I need to go to the Wither?
Oh yeah, the Wither Horde. I love having that bitch myself. I hate seeing somebody else have it because you don't have to hit them with it. Just hit around them because it drops an AOE damage field,
Yeah.
and you love to have it, but you hate for them to have it.
All right.
It's like a legendary weapon.
I'll give you one better.
Okay, what you got?
Lord of Wolves.
Fuck you. Eh, Lord of Wolves is like a fucking.
It's a shotgun. It's a pulse rifle and a shotgun.
It's my AR 12 gauge, basically. It basically, you could like boom, 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 4 rounds real fast in a shotgun, and your shit's wound up.
And it's got more range than
Yes.
most other shotguns.
Yes.
So, the thing with the Bane SMG, several things. Remember what I was saying about the minigun?
Yeah.
It's the minigun. Very low accuracy, very low movement speed, high damage, obviously, high critical chance. Just
Hard
crappy.
to use.
Hard to use, but great damage.
Good
So if you hit, you do great, but you're gonna be
It's
easy
got
hit
low
it.
accuracy, too.
Yeah.
So you hit.
can compensate for it, and the other thing is that if you want to move at any pace within the game, you have to swap to a different weapon.
So okay, what we say you were bringing up the fact that terrible weapons could be terrible when mostly in people's hands or other people's hands other than your own. That would remind me of like weapons like let's say in World of Warcraft, legendary weapons that a few people can luckily get. It's not a weapon that everybody gets. People luckily get, and if you see them with that weapon. Like for me, back in Burning Crusade, there was the Warglaze that from Illidan, which were these two
Right.
weapons that were great on 2 classes and only 2 classes. Not everybody could use them. Only rogues and warriors. And if you saw it on a rogue, you weren't gonna live. There was no chance of living unless you were a hunter, which I was. But like if you were anybody else, you were bound to be dead. And that's what probably made it trash because like it's almost an unbalanced weapon that only 2 people can obtain. And if you do obtain it, it's by sure fucking luck, or you were paying someone a lot of money going, hey, bro, let me get that.
Yeah.
In PvP situation, it was unbalanced, it was unfair, it was a terrible time. And literally, there was an island that I would go to, and people would actually PvP there all the time. And I would go there too because there was one rogue everybody knew because of those weapons.
I just had a thought. This could be considered a weapon that I hate to see in PvP.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 of them on the other team.
You call them trash weapons?
No, I'm calling them. I want to run the fuck the other way because it's not fair weapons when they're on the other team.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Do a Crimson.
Oh, that's not even right either. That's fucking mean. And you don't even get me started with your damn last word bullshit. Hip shot, hip shot, hip shot. I'm like, dude, you're on the other side of the map. You're shooting me from your hip in the head. I'm sorry, it works that way.
It's kind of the sniper rifle in
He's on the
Halo.
other side of the map shooting me with a pistol that does pulse. Doom, 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 doom. I'm like, all right, fine, bitch. I'm gonna have to go get me some Maleficent out.
Yeah.
Do I need to bring out the bows?
Hey, you're the only one that has malfeasance.
I do have malfeasance.
And
I
you
love
know,
malfeasance.
with Destiny, you don't worry about gathering bullets, and that's that's a fortunate thing. If you're playing some other games out there, you might have to go gather
Oh,
some
yeah,
weapons.
you do. Yeah, you do.
You change
do
that
you have to gather for your specials and for your heavies.
before you go into PvP.
Yeah, because when you go into PvP, you have like
2 rounds.
2 rounds in your special. That's it, and you have no heavy.
So do they give you ammo in the field?
Yeah, sure. If you want to go over there and die,
You can get
because
heavy,
it's in a very specific location that everybody usually knows where it's
and
at.
the only
and
way
they're just-
the only way to get special is to shoot somebody down and steal the special off their body.
Uh-huh.
So
Doesn't work when they're using double primary.
no, because if they're using double primary, you kill them and you still don't get specials.
Well, that's good that they do that. I thought it was on those like situations like infinite ammo. Oh, gotta
Oh
reload.
no, hell
Ammo,
no,
reload.
no, it's not like that.
Don't worry, you're out of camera. You're not in camera. At any moment, I thought he's about to start saying. I was waiting for it. But weapons can be good in moments. Like you said, depending on the person that's using the weapon. But if it's a weapon that it takes you a long time to obtain, right? Like if somebody, let's say, I don't have that many hours to play. Let's say Destiny. I have like 5 hours, maybe if I'm lucky, a week. And somebody else has 20 hours to play a video game in the week, and they get the good weapon. Well, then. I feel like it's unfair because they have more time to play the game to get those good weapons, and when I go against it, it's like, man, this is trash. Like they're beating the heck out of me because of that weapon.
One thing you do not want to see in PvP in Destiny is if some motherfucker actually has the balls to go get the heavy ammo and then they break out a sword. Because at that point, everybody stops shooting. They run the fuck the other way. Because you have a dash when you have that sword that can put you up on top of somebody so fast, and they don't take but one heavy lick and your ass is split in two.
That's like the sword in Halo and mostly Halo Infinite. But only you have a certain amount of charges before the sword dies.
Oh, Galahorn.
Is it a broken weapon or a shitty weapon?
It's broken as hell.
That and there's another one. I'm trying to remember what it is.
You go into PvP with that shit and somebody manages to get the heavy on that, Galahorn will just decimate your world. You and anybody that's within like a 5-mile radius of you.
It's a tactical nuke, pretty much.
Yeah.
Wait. Warcliffe Coil
Warcliffe Coil.
Truth.
Yep.
and Leviathan's Breath.
Ugh.
You tell they're very much a Destiny fan. Now, okay, another weapon for me is from Mega Man, and Mega Man has a very, very big array of weapons, and it really depends on the person whether or not it was a good weapon. But I remember Mega Man X, I want to say the first one, it was the ice shot. Only good thing about it is maybe it could bounce off wall, hit enemies, or it gave you a ramp to ride on, which was cool. But like when it came to fighting an enemy, charging up that thing and riding it was not a good idea.
No. Hardlight.
And it did any damage. And it was only good against one boss. All the rest of them, it was not a good idea to be using this ice weapon. And Mega Man for me is like a bit of like, let's see. Again, I don't have a very, very big list because I found out what the best weapon is, and I would play that the rest of it. Of course, best weapon in the game has to be the regular blaster. You beat everything with the regular blaster.
Yeah.
But then again, Zelda had wooden sword at the very beginning, and that weapon was okay, but really it was trash compared to all the rest of the weapons in the game.
Yeah.
You gotta go from the beginning to the end.
It's like the first time I ran into somebody that had hardlight in fucking in a PvP area. That sucks. Hardlight ricochets off everything. So let's say you're down a corridor to my left. I shoot at an angle and it just does this down the corridor all the way down. So if you're in that corridor you're gonna get hit by something.
So it was one of those. Was it a continuous ricochet or was it like a 1-2 ricochet? Like bink
No, no,
bink.
no. That bitch ricocheted until it hit something.
Oh man, that is cheap. Because like there's a ricochet weapon in Halo Infinite that will bounce off. I want to say 2 walls before if it doesn't hit nothing, it will just dissipate, like just
Was it
disappear.
3?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was wrong. It bounced 3. It had 3
Not that
bounces.
there's many maps that it 3
Hey,
doesn't
but then
cover
again,
it.
Yeah, if 3 don't hit you, then you just got lucky.
Yeah.
But at least it was 3. I'd rather that than like just bounce infinitely like you would just it would never die until it hit something.
Rachel's hammer and Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, I hated that fucking weapon.
See,
It was
I
so
think I played Ninja Gaiden because I remember a hammer that's
Rachel had this massively overpowered hammer, but it took so fucking long to do anything. It's like, okay, I'm gonna start this swing now, drink my coffee, have a smoke. Oh, I hit the enemy, let's start the next swing. And the thing is, if it hit the enemy, it was dead. It's
Yeah.
just you gotta survive long enough for the swing to go through.
Yeah, we are showing a cinematic for Rachel. She was swinging that hammer like it was like a little toy, and she was doing it really fast. I'm like, that's all pretty and all, but I'm sure in your hands, if you're describing it, it was probably a slug.
It was when you played Rachel, it was a slug.
Mhm.
When they did the cinematics for Rachel, like the cutscenes, it was like
Like another
a feather.
another thing with it is like you're thinking, okay, with the first swing, as long as nobody really hits me out of the swings, it should speed up. Nope. Same.
Same
Slow.
piece the entire time.
Because you're thinking that the weight from the first swing is going to give you like some momentum for the next few swings,
Yeah.
speed you up. Hell no, that bitch has got like a gravity dampener on it, something.
So okay, I don't think you could because again, I remember. I think I played it. I know I have it. I just never. I don't know if I've ever played it and beat it. You couldn't upgrade that weapon, right? Or could you?
I cannot
Yes.
remember if you
All
can or not.
weapons were upgradable.
Okay, all weapons were upgradable.
Okay, so could you upgrade it to make it a faster weapon?
No, it didn't get faster. It just
Ah,
got
shit.
stronger or different elemental properties or something.
Oh, that's dumb. Like, let's make a slow weapon you can hit nothing with, but
That's why I love the lunar staff.
Now the lunar staff, that's like greatest weapon ever in that game.
yeah, it's probably the OP weapon.
Yeah, that motherfucker was fast as lightning, and oh my Jesus,
If I remember right, Rachel could tote it too.
yeah,
And
she was big as fuck. So when she spawned that motherfucker, it was damn near a blur.
somebody could probably correct me on this, but I believe in Mega Man Legacy there was a sword in that weapon, and I think most swords in most games, at least nowadays, they always try to compensate between there's guns or sword. Sword is good if you're close range, but you're at a deficit. But you probably want to primarily want to shoot guns in that game. Mega Man was definitely one of those situations where you had the sword as a weapon, but if you were smart, you would get the gun. Like, you would just shoot from a distance. It's a smart idea to do. But yet, somebody that put a sword in the game because it was just cool idea.
Yeah,
But then they had Mega Man. What was it? It wasn't Mega Man Zero. It was Zero himself that had the sword, which was just broken as shit.
yeah.
I like.
Well, I mean, Zero was supposed to be broken. Remember?
Yeah, he's actually supposed to be the original like hero of the game, according to the lore. Mega Man came about a little later on, but the bad guy was Zero, and the AI went into another guy, and the good guy from that AI went into Zero, and that's how he became Mr. Badass with a sword. Mega Man lore is not actually convoluted. It's actually quite easy to follow, but its story is pretty much garbage, but it's not hard to follow. Anybody else have any terrible weapons? That's like really me. Like I don't really keep track of bad weapons because I try to avoid them. Right? If I hear somebody say that's a bad weapon and I go try it and I only need one time, like yep, it's a bad weapon because I don't pick it up and I'm not whooping people's butt with it or I'm not destroying. I'm not gonna use that weapon ever again. Even if you tell me there's a good combo with it, like like the old Halo days with the charged pistol and then change over to a regular pistol. You can one shot people. Nowadays, you can't very much do that. Because I don't know if y'all remember for the original Halos, the
Drop down on people and just smack them in the head.
huh?
Nothing.
Shut up, Stealthy.
I thought she was trying to explain something, but I remember like
She
originally.
was. She was explaining how she dominated the old days of Halo fucking PvP with her fucking tactics.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're sneaky with it. But I remember my friends, we always like would we'll go after the green pistol, charge it up, shoot it. It would kind of trace them, right? It was fast projectile, and it would kind of trace them, so kind of follow them, so you weren't very much unlikely to hit them. And then afterwards, just whip out your pistol, shot one in the head, they're dead. It was such a good thing. But you have to be good at switching over your guns. But nowadays, it just goes straight forward, and it's slow. It's not as quick. It doesn't trace them. At least it does. It doesn't. I can't tell. And you can't just whip over to your pistol that easy. Even if you're unlike me, I'm trying to learn how to do it. I'm using my scroll wheel. And I'm switching to every weapon in my arsenal 5 times before I get the right weapon. So
Right, Stealthy's got something here.
The mirror shield.
The mirror shield.
ooh, I like the mirror shield though. Like it look of it. I don't know. What was bad about it?
Great, but literally one-time use.
Yeah, like one boss, right?
One dungeon. That is it. It's in Wind Waker.
Yeah, okay. The Wind Waker. I'm about to say I'm thinking of Ocarina of Time. The mirror shield.
The mirror shield in Wind Waker was a single dungeon. Is it?
That is so bad. Like you could take it out of it, but there'll be no use for it, right? It was like,
All
hey,
right. What you got?
An Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Excalibur.
why was it terrible?
It's the slowest weapon in the game, and the only special effect it gives is to hit. It blinds enemies, but you also have to. I think you have to pretty much finish the game before you even are able to get it.
Oh,
It's
so
just-
the entire game just get this one weapon that blinds people, but it makes you vulnerable to attack again.
So slow.
Oh. Like I don't get the point of you being these superpower strong beasts of a people, and they give you weapons that deliberately make you slow.
The Mac 11 and Black Ops 1.
Or the Mac 11 and Black Ops 1, he said.
Another probably a very like powerful weapon, but made you like vulnerable, right?
Well, it just you couldn't hit shit with it. It was as accurate as a Mac 11. Not. It was not.
Just not.
It's just not accurate.
Okay.
The RPGs in Armia 2.
Oh yeah, I hated them. They no.
Armia 2.
You couldn't hit shit with
maybe 2 missions, and you only got 2.
I give you this massively ultimate power weapon. You don't get to shoot it twice, and then you don't get it no more.
No, okay. So this RPG, you're supposed to use it basically to take down helicopters.
Yeah.
Problem is, you only get 2 shots.
How many helicopters you got though?
At least in Halo, you get at least, I believe, 4 shots at least. And it's a pretty fast projectile. Reload time is not that bad.
Here's the thing with that RPG. You get 2 shots.
Yeah.
The one that's already loaded and the one that you can reload. You have to get another set of, special ammo in the game before you can use it again. Except usually by then,
issues.
the copters are gone. So the only reason you would have it is to finish a special mission during this one mission. And if you miss, you're screwed.
Yeah, okay. Was it? I'm drawing my mind here. Was it one of like those tubulars with the rocket end of it? Had a little switch. You had to kind of squeeze down.
Yes.
Was it single fire too?
Yep.
Oh man. Those weapons. I know in Call of Duty Warzone right now, they kind of brought you back in the past into like the World War II zone or time zone, whatever, and you give a lot of the weapons from back then. And people were like, "Oh, it's cool because you're using the weapons from World War II and World War One." I'm like, "Yeah, that's nostalgic and all, but a lot of those weapons compared to weapons nowadays kind of suck." And and that's the problem with. That's why they evolved and made them better.
Yeah, I guarantee you, if I travel back in time to a dude that was still using a pump shotgun in a war and handed him my AR 12 gauge, the motherfucker feel like he died and went to heaven. What? You mean I can kill 5 motherfuckers without having to pump this bitch or anything? Oh,
Uh-huh.
bet, bitch.
Or 2 shots, bang, bang, and then have the real open it.
Lambino says Ninja Gaiden wooden sword.
When there was a wooden sword in that game? When,
Yeah.
okay,
Yes, there was.
it had to have been like a goof or a gaff. Like a sword like that just sounds like to me just like a ha ha ha, let's just put it in the game.
Actually,
It's near
near the beginning, and if you use it with the right on the right boss,
Uh-huh.
it's fantastic. Other than that, it is absolute shit.
One-time use.
Like, and don't fuck up and use it on the wrong boss and it get fucked up because then you're screwed when you get to the right boss.
Oh, does it break?
I think
No, it messes it up.
it messes it up.
Oh, okay. So maybe like a
It messes up the
glitch?
weapon. I don't know if it glitches or what it does, but like I accidentally used it on the wrong boss, and then when I got to the right boss, it didn't do shit for me.
Okay. That'd be kind of like, going out there with the like the broom from Breath of the Wild and going beat up on somebody and just it burns up on you, it breaks easy. It's just a freaking broom. Like it's not really a combat weapon unless that's something you got, right? But it's one-time use weapons usually suck.
The pot lid for a shield, baby. That is your saving grace. If you're in deep shit, grab the pot lid. That's all
Yeah.
you got.
Even then, it doesn't do it.
Even then, you better hope you're not fighting something that has magnetic powers.
And that's a question I really want to bring up. Like, even though in real life weapons would either run out of ammo or the weapons would eventually break, just because it makes it real life, does that make it actually a fun mechanic in video games? Like, does that actually does in real life, physics and real life happenstances put into video games, does that make you feel more immersed or more separate or more detached from the video game because you're not seen as it's there to enjoy?
For me, it depends on how the game's set. So you're going to do a military game, I would expect it to act like military weapons, break, run out of ammo,
Jam.
whatever. If you're gonna go fantastical dragons and wizards and shit, then I expect you to be able to put a spell on some shit and make that shit last for fucking ever.
Yeah, like if you make a weapon jam, I want to be able to repair it at some point or during combat.
Or at least be able to repair it. Yeah.
Yeah. Or if I run out of bullets, I want to be able to keep it on me, but go find another gun with the bullets I need, take it from that, then put it in mine. I just throw my gun to the side, go, oh well, don't need this no more. A couple $100, don't need it, new gun. Or weapons, if I break a weapon, I want to go to a blacksmith and go, hey, I broke this, but I really like it. Let me fix it. Other than that, it would really be trash. Like it just you're throwing away what is essentially a really good weapon to help you.
In the real world, if I'm in the middle of a damn dogfight and my AR-15 runs out of ammo, I'm not throwing that bitch down because some damn body else is gonna get shot and they gonna have AR-15 with ammo on them. I'm fitting to reload.
Yeah, and I'm like, it'd be the same thing with the Master Sword. If let's say for all circumstantial purposes, it doesn't break, but you need to go repair it, right? You just have it back in and let it heal back up. But if that Master Sword were to break for any reasons, you wouldn't go, now it's trash, I guess. I'm gonna throw this away. No, you would take it and go fix the dang thing from somebody. Somebody had to know how to do it. Somebody go find me a falling star and some other kind of mythical thing to go fix this weapon of legendary.
4 corns, a fallen star, and some pixie dust.
Yeah, but you're not gonna say, "Hey, fix my stick," or my wooden shield that's on fire.
Hey, I did say. Never mind.
Somebody fix your stick.
Yep, there we go.
There you go. Jokes are there. But yeah, that's our worst weapons. I'd love to hear what y'all's worst weapon is and what makes a trash weapon to you in video games, whether it be whether it be like the utility, one-time use, breakability. I think any weapon you can pick up can be good in anybody's hand, but Breath of the Wild is just one of those games. Of course, a weapon that kills you, I'm so mad about that. Literally, I was fighting a boss the other day on Super Smash Brothers to get the game, and I was whooping the other character's butt. And I saw this little question ball or what little segment ball. And I grabbed it. And I just see Kirby going into the sky. I'm like, let go, and I just die. I'm like,
wait. I got one, Jasmine. The hammer PvP Fiesta.
The bear is not fair.
what kind of fucking? Every game has a hammer in it. It's just either destroys or sucks.
It's fun, but at the same
it's
time,
a ban hammer.
oh.
It literally, if you get hit, you're banned.
From the match?
No, okay, so in PvP, if you get it drops every so often. It lasts about, I think, 15 seconds or something like that. But because it drops so often, it's whoever gets it first.
Yeah, rarity.
You can. It's not that rare in the PvP match. The thing is that people, if they kill you, they can pick up the hammer.
Ah.
And then you have to be quick about equipping it, because people can kill you before you can use it. But the thing is, it's a one hit.
See, that's weapons that again just makes me feel like it's not really, it's trash when it's in someone else's hands.
In PvP in Fiesta, when we were playing, it pulls 15 people at least. So that one person is now the
godlike
center of attention, and everybody is trying to kill them.
Yeah, it's like
a double-edged sword. Do I grab this thing and then try to wipe the map with it, or do I grab this thing and run like hell?
That freaking thing has gotten me first place a couple times, but at the same time, it has denied me first place a couple of times.
Yeah, that's like me and the tank in Halo Infinite. If I'm in it, everybody's dying. But if someone kills me or if the enemy team gets it, well, then I'm dying unless. But I know how to get in there because I'm usually like I don't care. I'll go right at the tank. But if I got it's in my hands, everybody's died. Like I've literally destroyed entire games, almost like I would say 0 to 50 kills within a matter of seconds compared to the other team, and team wiping when people rage quit.
The map and knowing how to use it.
Yeah, and it's fun. Just sucks with other people's hands that know how to use it. It's like, don't let me get it, because if I get it, you're all dead. You know it. Also sword, too.
Okay, well, fine. We'll take it then. And you're like, fuck!
Well, that's also like, for me, another Halo Infinite, the shield that you can deploy. You can throw this deployable shield in front of you, which is nice if something's coming your way and you're trying to, stop whatever it is. But most things can get through the shield, or it takes so long for the shield to deploy. By the time whatever's coming at you, it's already on you.
What is terrible, and I am guilty of doing this on multiple occasions, as are other people, is to be lining up on a shot and somebody drop the shield in front of you. Hey,
the Word of Dawn? You mean the thing that you typically do to me?
Hey, I'm not the only one that does it. Somebody else did it to me the other day when we were trying to run some of my missions.
I thought you.
You can't shoot through it. You're just like, why? I got a good angle here.
No, my worst thing is I'll be shooting something and move to acquire the target and not realize that Stealthy's in front of me, and then my arrow's in the back of her head.
Oh, so Destiny has friendly fire?
No, I mean, it doesn't damage you, but there's just an arrow in the back of your head now, and it causes you to lose your target acquisition. She's like, babe, seriously? I'm like,
oh, no. I don't want to hear it. What's worse is I'm usually all the way in the back. In a spot where I am trying to stay out of their range and all that stuff, I've got a clear line shot, and suddenly somebody just jumps in front of my shot, and I'm just going like, you!
Don't you wish there was friendly fire at that point?
I ran so hard the other day because she had a bow out and was shooting, and Josh comes flying across the screen, and he just turns into a pincushion because he flew right where her arrows went. I was like, look, pincushion. He's like, hey!
Okay, so as far as I can think of, that's only the bad weapons I can think of. Unless someone else can think of a topic, I think about next week's topic would be, does a hard make video game make a good video game.
Does a
That's
hard
something.
video game make a good video game?
Yeah, like that to me seems like a very good debate because right now with Elder Scrolls being out, a lot of people are saying it's it's hard because it's good, or is it just a good game? Because a lot of people nowadays are equating just because it's hard and difficult, it makes it good. I'm like, I don't know about that. Sometimes the game is supposed to be there for you to beat it, but that's the next week's topic. Unless someone else can think of another topic, hoping maybe we get away with the game topics, but like we are gamers, so we think about video games a lot. I know that. I'll live with to say at this point, if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, subscribing is for free. Just let y'all know. If you're maybe not used to it, subscribing is free. You can subscribe right now. Leave a comment down below what your worst weapon is and why. About 53% of you are not subscribed. I would hope today, maybe this topic piece, if not last week, will get you interested. Maybe subscribe for next week's topic. And I'd love to see y'all there. Of course, I will be going streaming within the hour. Stealthy F Jade, if you want to catch her ever, she'll be on twitch.tv/Stealthy F Jade. Corvo, are you streaming this week?
I do not know. That is yet to be determined.
Okay, so stay tuned. Links down below. Corvo is at twitch.tv/Corvo Ninja. Keep track of him if you want to check him out. He's playing Star Wars. If you want to help him choose either the light side or dark side, be sure to be in the chat to help him choose which way of the Force he goes. And of course, we have, as always, well, not always, rarely, we got Rollover. Hope he's probably playing some Destiny with Stealthy a little bit later on. Knowing that he's there, probably gonna be playing some Destiny. Are you
Yeah, the head's already bobbing. Hey, that means I get to pass out to hearing gunfire and what the fuck?
So I don't know if they'll be streaming that, but if you want to catch Destiny, be sure to stay tuned within the given hour or so. And of course, be in the chat next week. I hope I see you there. And as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye. 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 1, 2, 3, 4.